Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be discussing about 3D printing. More specifically, I will be talking about 3D printed organs and prosthetics. Today I will talk about how 3D printing came to be, briefly explain how it works, talk about the countless benefits it has, and also talk about how this technology can become more popular. So, you may be wondering how 3D printing came to be. In the early 1990s, scientists started to create the first versions of a 3D printer. In the early 1990s, not many people took it seriously. They thought it was fake and wouldn't have any real-life applications. It wasn't until about 2004 when a viral video went out that caught the attention of not only the general public and scientists, but also business investors. All of them together started to popularize this technology. And then in 2008, even governments saw the countless possibilities that this technology has. They theorized that this technology could help save lives and help unite the world together. This right here is a 3D printer. A 3D printer can be used to print almost any object. I will briefly explain how it works. So the first requirement in order to 3D print something is to create a blueprint. This blueprint is not a physical copy, it's actually a virtual copy. We use programs such as Unity and Blender to create an exact replica of what you want to print. It's exactly the same down to the millimeter on that program. It is then transferred to the 3D printer, as you saw. In that 3D printer, you inject it with a special material. It can be a carbon fiber or a special type of biomaterial. The printer then follows the blueprint and prints out an exact replica of what you made the blueprint with. It's printed out one layer at a time. Each layer is 0.1 millimeters thick. You may think that means if I'm trying to print something that's like 50 centimeters tall, it's going to take forever, but in reality, it prints very fast. It's much more efficient than commercially produced objects. Now I'll talk about the countless benefits this technology has. The first benefit and the main benefit is that it can reduce production costs by almost 50%. If you're a small company or a big company, it doesn't matter. That is a lot of money being saved. Not only for them, but also for customers. Let's say somebody is trying to get a kidney transplant, the simplest type of transplant that there is. It takes approximately $262,000 in order to have a kidney transplant, including the medication, the surgery, and the rehab. If we use a 3D printer, the total cost comes down to approximately $162,000. You save almost $100,000. For somebody that's in a low-income class family or a middle-class family, that is a lot of money being saved. Instead of giving that money away to the hospital, it's used for themselves. They can use it to get a further education or use it to pay away house loans. The second benefit is that this technology helps reduce time. It takes a fraction of the time to 3D print something versus waiting for something to be commercially produced. A 3D printed prosthetic can take anywhere from 4 days to 6 days. A commercially produced prosthetic leg can take approximately 3 weeks to 6 weeks. That is a huge time frame. Not only that, but let's say somebody's trying to get a kidney transplant. The wait list for a kidney transplant is anywhere from 6 weeks to over a year. That is a huge time that somebody has to wait for a kidney and go through dialysis, which is also a lot of money. If we 3D print a kidney, it takes approximately 4 to 6 days. 20 hours are spent in creating the blueprint of the kidney, and the rest of the time is used to print the kidney itself. And the third and most important benefit, to me at least, is that it helps reduce our carbon footprint. 3D printers don't use a lot of energy. They're much more efficient and use less coal and oil. This means it reduces our carbon footprints. If we're trying to commercially produce something, it takes a lot of coal and energy to move it from one place to another and to create the object itself. 3D printers don't actually take a lot of energy. Now, you may be wondering, if it has so many benefits, why is it not as popular as you may believe? Well, there's two main reasons. The first reason is that the materials that are used, they can be a bit expensive. Since there's not much demand for it, the prices for it are actually very high. If we're trying to get some carbon fibers or biomaterials, they can be quite expensive. But with the help of all of you, if we start to popularize this technology and get more people to use it, the demand will increase and the price will also start to drop. The second reason is that some people are just afraid of change. Since most people haven't actually tried this technology, it hasn't actually been used by most people. They're afraid to use it since nobody else has. They don't have anybody's word of mouth or their trust in order to use it. If we can get people like you to start spreading this by the word of mouth and using social media and promoting this technology, people will see that there's actually a lot of benefits to it. Not only will it save them money and save them time and help reduce their carbon footprint, it will actually help them in so many other ways as well. Those are just 3 of 100 other benefits 3D printers have. So, as you know, 3D printers, they can help save money, they can help save time, and reduce our carbon footprint. Those are only 3 reasons why we should start using 3D printers more. Not only that, but they can help unite the world together. Instead of fighting for resources, 3D printers can be used to help unite the world together. We can start sharing resources instead of fighting for them. As you can see, 3D printers have countless benefits, and with the help of all of you, we can even help it go to the next level. Thank you for listening.